Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Heavy Crown Network and the Royalty Podcast. Obviously, our setup today looks a little different. There's no Tiffany, there's no Big D, but instead we have my little sister Simone.
Hi, everybody.
And we have our very special guest Enzo here to recap the first episode of The Amazing Race, season 38. As you guys know, this season of The Amazing Race is all former Big Brother players and their loved ones. And so, who better to talk about the first episode than the man, the myth, the legend, the meow meow himself, Enzo Palumbo.
Let's go. Let's go. That shit got me soup right there. Let's go. All right. Yo, that's a nice entrance right there. I like that. Let's go. Heavy crown. Heavy crown.
Heavy crown, heavy crown. And so, how are you?
I'm doing good. Now, I'm doing, like I said, I watched the first episode, which I was debating on should I watch it or not, because I know what happens, but I was like, nah, let's see why. Maybe because some of the, like when I did the Amsterdam, I forgot that I even said that. So to see that, and me and my brother were just laughing, I was like, yeah, I'm watching this. Let's go. I'm watching the whole thing. Whatever happens.
Okay, good.
Did you guys watch it together?
He was at his house with his wife, and I just watched it with my son. Me and my son watched it because you know him. He's just gonna laugh at me no matter what. So I was like, all right, I'll watch it with him.
Was your son so proud of you?
Nah, he thinks I'm whack. My son thinks I'm whack.
No, oh my God.
But I think deep down inside, I hear him like sharing it with his friends, and his friends think I'm so cool. So he shows them my son sends his friends clips of me, so I know he's just trying to be cool in front of me. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Has he, okay, curious, have your kids gone back and watched your seasons of Big Brother?
No, they saw the All Star season because they were old enough, so they watched that whole season live as it went on. So
Okay, but they didn't watch The Brigade.
they didn't watch that. Nah, I think he wasn't even alive. I think she was like 6 months old then, or maybe like 3 months old then. I think she
Oh,
was,
no.
was just a little baby. Yeah. That's when I was
Okay.
married, and then my son wasn't even thought of then.
Well, they have to go back and they have to watch it eventually
I think,
because
yeah,
it was an
I think
iconic season. You have Rachel, you have Brendan, you have Brittany, you have Matt Hoffman, you have the
the
second
brigade.
four.
Yeah,
So it's a solid season. It's one of my favorites for sure.
thank.
And I just have to share this. I feel like if you're a life feeder, then you know this about me. But Enzo and Davon are my two favorite Big Brother players of
Let's
all time.
go. Let's go. That's what I'm trying to say.
I am such a big fan to the point where I even had an alliance in the Big Brother 23 house called Enzo's Angels. Like,
They send me that. Pete, like fans are like crazy. Like when they see stuff on the online, they just clip it and send. I was like, yo, that's what I'm rooting for. It was you and Alyssa, right?
yes.
That's who I'm rooting for. That's it. That's my team. That's who I'm going with.
Oh, and that literally made my life when I came out of the house. I was like, Enzo knows who I am. Because I was such a big fan of Big Brother. If you had put Enzo in the same room as Justin Bieber and been like, you can only meet one, I would have been like, I'm meeting Enzo.
Yeah, yo, Justin Bieber's whack. Yeah, that's it. Nah, not the Biebs, yo. Me. That's it. Me. But then when you were like telling me, you would tell me like when we were out there, you're like, my dad like knows who you are. I was like, oh shit. She tried like my dad and mom, they love you. I was like, yo, tell your dad and mom. I said, what's up? Yo, tell them I said, what's up.
No, my parents were so excited
Yeah.
for me specifically when they found out you were on the cast of The Amazing Race. They were like, did you get to talk to Enzo at all?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
I think
great.
that's kind of the perfect segue into unpacking the first episode. Enzo, can you kind of walk us through how you guys trained? What was going through your mind when you first got that call? What was going through your mind when you found out you made it onto the show? Were you thinking that your chances were really high? Like, just what was that prep process like for you?
Yeah, now like I said, I definitely got a lot of confidence in me. I feel like I could definitely. I mean, I've done what 3 shows, made to the finals every time, so I feel like I'm around. I'm definitely around. I'm there. So I was like, all right, this is something that is definitely totally different because it's like, yo, I don't know, we're gonna be jumping out of planes. I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is some crazy stuff here. So I'm like, all right, man, my brother is just like terrified to do anything. He won't even go like on a Ferris wheel. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't know if this is
Oh,
a good idea. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I was like, you know what, yo? I just want to laugh. I was like, I want to laugh, see what happens. if I'm gonna win if it's the first time that I win one of these things, why not be with my brother? You know what I'm saying? Why not be with him and he gets some money out of it too? So we would talk every day. I mean, I should have probably reached out to like past racers and just got like some like I don't know, maybe reading the clues or just any like a little bit of like tad information, like a little bit of like just a little bit of information on like what to do, what not to do. I feel like we overpacked. Like I think that was crazy. But like
Wow.
training wise, as far as training, like I did. I did my normal thing, workout, jog, whatever. I just did my normal routine.
Okay.
Nice.
And I also just I want to know more about your relationship with Jack. Jack is your
Okay.
younger brother. How many years apart are you guys? Do you guys have other siblings? Were you super close growing up?
Yeah, super close. He's 7 years younger than me. That's all I have, just my little brother.
Oh,
So
it's
Oh,
he
just you.
always looked up to me, always.
oh, that's
Yes.
adorable.
So, when you got the call about the Amazing Race opportunity in general, was it a no-brainer that you wanted to do it with Jack?
Yeah, yeah, that was it. I was like, look, if he said no to it, I wasn't doing it. Like I don't even because they reached out to me. Like CBS reached out to me, was like, look, we want you to definitely do it. I was like, look, I don't know if this is the right show for me. I never really watched it. I don't know really nothing about it. But he was like, who do you think you would do it if you did do it? And I was like, my brother. Like I'm not doing no one else but my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So. And then that's when it kind of like when I reached out to him and he was like, he was up on the fence about it. He's like, I don't know. I don't know. I was like, look, if you don't do it, I ain't doing it. So it is what it is.
Hmm. I'm so happy that you guys were there seriously.
Yes.
And
Oh
it
my God, when
was,
I saw you guys, I was like, yo, this is like a gift from God. I was like, this is a gift from God. Like, this is who I'm working with right away. You know what I'm saying? That's why when it comes down to like that point where I see you guys in a parking lot, me and my brother talk about this every day. Every day. We like, that was our huge mistake out of the whole thing. Never mind coming in last place in the bowling thing. Not just being like, yo, just help us. Please, guys, just tell us what to do. And you would have had an ally for the rest of the whole. You have an ally no matter what with me. But if you guys would have just like said, you guys want to work together, that was it. Like I was done. That was it.
okay, well, I will say when Simone and I like walked into that big conference room
Hmm.
and we saw you and Jack, I was so shy. I
Yeah.
was like, I wonder if he remembers who I am. I was like, Simone, so excited. So excited. And then we actually like met each other at the train station in Amsterdam. I
Yeah.
just like introduced myself, you introduced yourself, and I would have loved for us to have been able to work together.
Yes.
Because I think we would have kept each other entertained, and
Oh my
that's
God.
important. But also, you and Jack are obviously taller, you're stronger, you're faster than us. So I
Yeah.
think physically,
But you
we
guys
would.
could have just been like the brains of us, and just like we would have been your Frankenstein. Just like tell us what to do, and we would have did it. You know what I'm saying? Like that was it. We needed so like we just needed that. That's all we needed, me and him. And we were starting to figure things out, but we just
Yeah.
needed that outside perspective. Somebody as intelligent as you and your sister would have definitely helped us out tremendously.
Listen, next time. And also, I will say on a show like The Amazing Race, it is a lot harder to play with alliances because you just can't guarantee, like, am I even going to see them this leg? Are they going to
Yeah,
be so far in front of me, so far behind me? So I do think that, like, if you and I would have found each other at the same challenge at the same time, we would have helped each other out.
Hmm.
But
definitely.
it's not like Big Brother where you have to rely on other people to get you to the end. It's not a social game. It's really
No,
just a matter of
you got to
hanging
figure
out.
it out. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to, and
exactly.
that's why. And then like that first challenge put me in last place, put me in such a bad place mentally where I felt like I was in attack mode now. Like I
Yeah,
can't talk to nobody. I got to attack now because we got last place, and now we're getting this penalty. I don't even know what this thing is. So I was like, we got to go, and that like was such a huge flaw in my game in the
yeah,
beginning because I couldn't just like calm myself down. Like, yo, relax, relax.
yeah,
Okay, you got this place, regroup, and let's go. You know.
yeah. It kind of rattled you a little.
Yes, it did. I'm like, me get last place in something. I'm like, yo, and especially in a skill, I'm like, there's no way. Like, what? That I was just like, I was like beyond just like it's not like being pompous or big headed. It's just like, yo, bro, like this is crazy. Like this is new territory for me right now. And I don't even know how to like get myself out of this right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's okay with you, can we just kind of start from the top because what we would really like to do here, The Amazing Race takes so much footage and condenses it into an hour and a half episode.
Yeah.
And so there's so much that they don't show. And Simone and I thought that this would be the perfect opportunity to kind of hear from our guests exactly what was happening in those moments. What conversations were you having with your partner that didn't make the screen? What was going through your head? And we also, wanted to share our own experience doing that leg. So, yeah, let's just start from the top. We're at this train station.
Yes.
In Hoorn?
Yes.
Yeah, in Hoorn, Holland / Hoorn, the Netherlands. And we get off the train. We're all mic'd up. And they say the race starts just south of these stairs. Like, do you remember that?
Yes.
What,
Yeah.
what was, okay, so just walk us through basically from that point until we get to the human ice rink. Because we were like, wait, where's Phil? What do
Yeah.
you mean? We're starting the race
Usually
right
Phil
now.
says go, and that's it. We go. Yep.
Yeah, okay, so what was going through your mind?
No, going through my mind, I was like, yo, there's no Philly. I'm like, this is definitely something different. This is definitely a different start twist to this new season on the Amazing Race. But I felt like I'm being on that like top of the stairs, and like once we get down, it start like I feel like we get ready to rob a bank, like a heist. We're putting the gloves on, Scully's. I'm like, yo, this is crazy right now. This is like we're in the middle of Holland right now, Amsterdam. I was so excited. I was so like, bro, I'm ready, yo. Let's go. Even though we didn't sleep that good on the plane there, I was like, let's go. It's beautiful out. It was a little cold, but I was like, yo, this is dope. Let's go. I'm ready. You know what I mean? I was so excited.
Okay, yeah, we were all like pushing and shoving down those stairs to
Yes.
get the first taxi. It was madness right off the bat. And Simone, do you want to share how you dropped your water bottle? And
Oh, yes,
yeah,
good memories. So essentially, we obviously were all booking it down those stairs as a group, and my water bottle falls out of my pocket in my backpack, and I
Yeah.
literally stop because I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, that's all the water we have for the rest of the day. And we didn't know how long this day was gonna last. And if we didn't have that water bottle, we were like, or I was like, what if that's the only access of water that we have throughout the whole trip? Like,
yeah.
what if we do this entire race on no water? I have to go back for that water bottle. And so then I literally run, and then it's like a Marco Polo situation where Hannah's
Yeah.
like, Simone! And I'm just like, Hannah!
Where are you? Did you get in a cab without me? Or you want another cab without me?
So then we end up making it into the last taxi in the queue,
Like the last one.
the very last. And so I was like, shoot. And we never really even used the water bottle that much.
I don't even remember drinking water. I don't even remember the whole day
No,
water. I
Because
ate a
when you're
fish. Like that's how I never even drank water. Like, I don't even remember drinking water at all.
Because when you're running on adrenaline, you're not thinking about how hungry, how tired, and how thirsty you are. But I completely understand the sentiment, Simone. We want to make sure we stay hydrated. We don't want to, faint from heat stroke or anything like that. So Simone was just trying to protect us. But I was like, where did my sister? How did I lose my sister?
And then I
That
was
was
like,
the flip side with me. I was out. My brother's like, Enzo, calm down. Like, relax. I was like, let's go. Throw the shit in the car and let's go. Let's go. Like, I was so hyped up at that moment. I really was, man. And then getting in the car, like, it was just crazy. It was crazy.
yes.
Crazy.
And on the flip side, I have a question. So, sort of bouncing off of that, who of the siblings would you say is the more like on top of it, like we gotta go, versus which sibling is more like, oh, like I'm gonna go with the flow, it'll kind of happens when it happens, let's just try our best? Or would you guys say you're both similar in a way?
Yeah, I feel like he's definitely like more with the flow. He's more even keeled, more calmer, more like let's figure things out and like you know what I mean. Like me, I'm just kind of like you know what I mean. I kind of like rip it, like I just kind of like rip the thing apart and just like you know what I mean, and just go crazy. Like that's how I should be. I'm more rough around the edges. He's more. He's more like the office worker, like works in the office. Good morning, Maggie, and whatever. Me, I'm just more of like the construction worker, the blue collar guy.
Okay. So you would say that he's the calmer one, and
Yes.
you may be the one with the bigger
He thinks
perspective.
logically more, not me.
Okay.
Okay, and so
He's the one who thinks logically. I Oh my God. Okay. So we're in our, vehicles, and then we get to this ice rink. Were you like, are we skating? What did you think we were doing? And were you like, I used to be a skater for 9 years. Like, just what were you thinking?
I was like, I never played hockey. I know nothing about skating. I'm like, yo, what is this, yo? What are we like? Are we really like gonna play hockey right now? Like, what are we doing? I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and then when they gave it like the stern ups, like those things, I was like, yeah. And then I'm like, this is weird too. This is a whole nother weird element too now because we got to put the. I fought my brother there. He was like, yo, how do you put these on? I was like, put them on. Just put it. Like that was our dynamic. Like he's like, yo, he's asking me a simple question, a nice question, like, yo, how do you put these on? I was like, put them on. Let's go. Let's get on the fucking ice. Let's go. Let's get on the ice. So that was like, that's how we started right there. You know what I mean? That's how we were starting. He was like, calm down, calm down. Like, I don't even know how to put these on. And then we get on the ice and it's just like, I'm throwing. Like, oh my God. It was just so, it was fun though. It was fun. It was so much fun.
It
Yeah.
was fun. Simone and I, what we would usually do is we would ask our taxi drivers, like, where are we going? Just so we could kind of mentally prepare and there were no surprises. And we would always ask, how long is this going to take? So we can keep track and make sure we're not lost. So our driver said, like, oh, you're going to an ice rink, like some sort of sports dome. So I think we felt we would be going ice skating. And
Okay.
Simone used to ice skate. We're both dancers. So we were so excited. We were like, this is all about coordination. Me and Simone are going to be better than any of these teams because no
Yes.
one else dances except Kat, I think. But Alex is not a
Yeah,
dancer.
and Natalie.
And Natalie, yes. But I don't think Steph's a dancer either. So we were like, we got this. And then we see human bowling. I was so confused. And so I was like, oh,
Yeah.
is that what they do in Holland? They do not do that in Holland. We
They
asked,
don't.
we clarified.
Yeah.
No. So you were the one that was being pushed, right?
No, I was pushing Jackie.
You were
Yeah. I,
pushing.
I, I was
Okay.
throwing. I was throwing him into the pins, and yeah, we got like 9 pins
Yeah.
real early. Like once or twice, I got 9 pins real early. So I was like, "Oh, we got this! Like we got like I got this, bro." And then it just like then like kind of like he was like, "Let me throw you, like let me throw you," and then that was like a mistake on our part because he couldn't like reach me, and he wasn't. I mean, he couldn't reach the pins, and so I would just get right off, and then just because instead of hitting like the pin or whatever, so they have to like recalculate him. I was like, nah, bro. I would get right off and run. And then like I would just, and then I was like, look, yo, I'm being the thrower, and you're gonna be the throwee. I'm like, I'm throwing you, like that's it. That's how it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then eventually, like I said, it's just then you see another team get it, then another team would get it, and then you're like, yo, and then like doubt started to settle in. Like it started settling in. I'm like, yo, we're about to like, we're fighting for our lives here for last place now.
Well, I have a follow-up question to that is what would you say your guys' style is in terms of interpreting what goes on around you? Because I know that with some teams, it's like whenever they see teams start to succeed, and even though if you're not in that same place, it's like, okay, that pushes me. It's time to lock into gear. I can see that they're all going for it. Or are you like, ooh, okay, they're all making it, we're falling behind, and then does that sort of like get into your head like a mind game, or do you just like tune them out and like this is simply like me and my brother, let's do
No,
this?
I was locked in. I was locked in. I was like, look, I was looking at my surroundings, like, all right, this one. But I'm like, look, I know the task at hand here. Get him, put him on a thing, throw him. Get him, put like, you know what I'm saying? Until eventually they say we got last place. So it wasn't like it wasn't affecting me to where like what I had to do, but it was like I was starting to get worried a little bit. I'm like, yo, bro, we're running out of teams here. Like where we gotta like, we gotta get these 10 pins already. So that was kind of like it made me go a little bit faster there where it's like, yo, but we got to do this because we're running out of teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can relate to that because we were one of the last teams there with
Yeah.
you. We, I think, left in 10th place. But Simone, I think that challenge was a wake up call for you and me in terms of being able to adapt super quickly.
Right.
Because, again, like none of us had ever raced before, so we didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. And I think things look a lot easier on TV than they are when you experience them in real life. And so Simone was the one pushing me, and Simone, we kept like veering to the right, I think, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe we went too far to the left. And so eventually we figured out like, okay, if I'm naturally moving this way just based on like weight distribution and
Yeah.
physics, then maybe we start a little more to the right. And I think also because Simone and I are pretty similar in size, it was harder for you to be able to push me versus like Kyland and Taylor because Taylor's so
Yeah.
much smaller than
Almost
Kyland,
like
like
that. Yeah.
Kylan could just fling her. Simone, she's not going to be able to fling me. We're too close in size.
Right.
So it definitely took us a bit to find our rhythm, to find our stride. But once we did, then, I would knock over 3 pins, then 4 pins, then 5, then 6, and then eventually we got it. But it was very nerve-wracking because we didn't know what the hazard would be. We just knew that the last place team would be getting a hazard, and we saw 9 teams before us leave. So Simone and I were like, what if we get the hazard? What if this is it? We just don't think we're the type of team who can maybe bounce back from something like that as quickly as the other teams here. So we were in the same boat as you in terms of like, everyone else seems to be getting it. Why are we not getting it?
And I feel like I was personally like a bit discombobulated. Like I was lost as sauce and had no idea what was going on because obviously with this being sort of a new prefix to the race, something that they had never done before, just like you were saying, Enzo, we were kind of expecting like Phil to be there. And then sort of like walk us through like our introductions and then officially commence the race, but we really had no idea what we were getting into with that first challenge. So I feel like that also played a role in our like what is going on, what are we doing?
Like someone's gonna get a power now and then someone's gonna get a disadvantage. I'm like, bro, this is definitely a different twist here. This is definitely a different twist. So that's why I didn't think like the hazard was gonna be like that bad. I thought like maybe I don't know, like maybe like you have to throw like an extra 10 balls in something, or you know what I mean? Like just like something stupid, like whatever, or eat something, whatever. Like I didn't think it was gonna be like a whatever that thing was, whatever that contraption was. If you even call that a bike, whatever it was.
Yeah, okay. So we we get to that big plaza in Horn, and Phil is waiting. And we all introduce ourselves. Enzo, what were you thinking about the other teams? Were you and Jack kind of sizing them up? Who did you think was a threat? Who were you like, yo, I want to work with them? What were you thinking?
I was so upset that we got last place, and I didn't even want to do the introduction. Like that's how bad I was. Like I didn't even want to do the introduction. I was like, Joe, Phil, just say go. I don't even care who's here, not now. I'm like so upset. That's where I was mentally. Then my brother was like, "Yo, should we?" My brother looks over to me. He's like, "Should we ask Kylan for the thing?" I was like, "Joe, Jackie, are you crazy? Are you shitting me right now?" Like, bro, you don't think that he knows who he's giving that to already by now? What are you talking about, bro? I was like, "Yo, don't show any weakness, bro." I was like, "Yo, no weaknesses. That's it. Don't show weakness. That's it." And we're waiting for Gil. What's his name? Gil, Phil, whatever his name is, to say go, and we're out. That's it. I was so. Oh, I was so upset, yo, I was so upset. My brother, I thought they were gonna play that. I thought they were gonna put that in there. I'm like, yo, Enzo was like, and then when he's like, yo, introduce yourself, I was like, yeah, I'm from Bayonne, New Jersey. I felt like saying, yeah, we suck. We just got last place. Come on, start the game, yo. Just start it, yo. Let's go.
Okay, so you guys weren't sizing up the other teams. You weren't like they're gonna be a team
I
of
wasn't
five.
sizing nobody. I was just like, yo, I'm so upset right now. I was like, yo, is this a stick shift or is this an automatic car? What are we like? What is this? You know what I mean? That's what I was looking at. That's what I'm saying. My mind was just working so differently now from getting last place, and that wasn't. In my mind, I was like, yo, I shouldn't be acting this way. It should just be saying, Phil, go, and we get to the car and we go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just like my mind was just all messed up right there.
It threw you off, and I
Yeah.
get the same way. I get frazzled pretty easily, and so I get it. Simone is cool as a cucumber. We could be, I don't know, someone could be hurling asteroids at us or like meteor showers at us, and Simone would still be smiling. And you'll see that throughout the season. But
Did you guys do that though? You guys were sizing everybody like, who can I work with and this and that, and
oh, for sure, for
yeah,
sure. I think even though we established that The Amazing Race is not really a social game, I knew that this season would be a little different because we all played Big Brother. We all share this bond, this trauma, if you will. And there's that level of understanding there that we don't have with everyday people that we meet in our regular lives. So that was exciting for me. But there's also history between each of the teams. And I knew that some of the drama from people's seasons would trickle into our game. And I knew that some of the relationships I had worked on outside of the Big Brother house would help
yeah,
me in this game. So I think at this point we can share kind of what we were thinking. Simone, who were we thinking like we can work with them?
Definitely. So I feel like, especially based off of history alone, the fact that you and Kyland
Thailand,
were
yeah.
on the same season, let alone alliance members, definitely Kyland and Taylor, and the fact that you are already, well, I feel like Hannah is just somebody who is so friendly, and
Yeah.
so
Everyone
very,
loves her. Yeah, yeah.
like, so integrated in the community. And so for, like, in general, if she hadn't already, if she wasn't already friends with all of the contestants, she had at least met them once or twice before, had a great
Yeah.
experience with each of them. But in terms of closeness, definitely Kylan and Taylor going into it, definitely Jag and Jazz, close with them, and then Joseph and Adam, close with them. And then on the flip side, there were things that we had things in common with people. So we already knew that Natalie was a dancer as an NFL cheerleader. So we were like, okay, dancers right there. We knew that Kat was a dancer as well. So definitely Izzy and Paige, Hannah, friends with before. So stuff like that, all a matter of just assessing relationships and
Yeah.
different qualities.
Yeah. And I think Simone also, Simone and I were thinking like, let's work together with the other sisters, slash the other all female teams, because historically all female teams don't do well
Yeah.
on the show. Like out of the 37 seasons that happened before ours, only 6 all female teams have won. And so we were just thinking like we really we want to change that this season.
Yeah.
And if we can be of assistance to another girl team, then we will be more than willing to do that. And then of course I was looking at you like it would actually be my entire dream in life if I could work with Enzo.
No.
Purely just out of like the admiration and the respect that I have for you and the social game that you play. And you bring it every time. And I was explaining your lore to people last night. I was like, okay, you guys, I don't think you understand how underrated of a player he is. Because
Yeah.
we were at the Airbnb. I was like, Enzo has played 3 different games and he has never not made it to a final without having to win competitions. It's purely because he is the master of playing the
Yeah.
social game.
I could play with any, like socially, I could play with anybody in any game, anywhere socially. But like I said, now I'm not in my prime anymore. I'm not, look, a 25-year-old Enzo to, as opposed to, a 45-year-old. It's a different, I'm a different animal now. You know what I mean? Like my knees don't work the same as they used to. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not as crazy. I'm just not crazy as I used to be. I think I'm a little bit stronger now than what I was, but it's just you don't move as what you used to move as, like, you know what I mean? So, but socially, oh my God, I could do these games until I'm 60 just because of the social aspect of it, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I get that a lot too. Like, you get the like, he's underrated or whatever, this and that. I made 3 finals, yo. I made 3 finals in 3 different shows. And I'm talking about 10 years apart. When I did my first BB season, it was what? BB 12. Then I came back, BB 20. 10 years passed. 10 years. And then he threw me in a house with champions, legends, all stars. And I still, outdueled and outwit them and got to the end. And then, they throw me on a challenge. Okay. Like, again, it's not 25-year-old Enzo, it's 45, but I went 3 eliminations. I don't like how I ended it in the water, but I'm human. I made a mistake there. I regret that. I definitely regret. I wish I could go back there now and do that. But look, I made a mistake there. I learned from it and I moved on from it. That'll never happen again, but and then I get back on this and I'm like, all right, let's see what happens. And I get last place here. I'm like, ah, shit, yo. I was like, all right, now I get last here. So I'm like, but I still feel good. I still feel good. I still feel like I got more in me to do. So we'll see what happens.
And I mean, also, The Amazing Race, we've talked about this. It's just a different game. And you're not just responsible for yourself, you're responsible for your partner too. And so that adds a whole nother layer. Big Brother is all about you. You're not thinking about the outside world. This is totally different. Okay, so I guess we're at this, we're in this plaza, and Taylor and Kyland, after deliberation, they say that they're giving the express pass to Jag and Jazz. Simone and I are kind of thinking like,
I thought he was going to give it to you.
hello,
I was like,
why
you
would
got
you give it to
You guys were in a cookout, like, you know what I mean? Like, how wouldn't he give that to you? That's what I
We
thought.
thought it would either go to like us or Joseph and Adam because Taylor is still really close to Joseph. So we were thinking surely it's going to go to one of our teams. Why wouldn't you want to give your allies, your close friends, an
Exactly.
advantage in case they need it? Because by giving Jag and Jazz the express pass, I think they were under the impression that maybe that could really like solidify something between them.
Yeah.
However, this season in particular, it's going to be based on history, the history that we have with people. One little piece of paper, one little advantage, that's not going to change your relationship as much as you think it's going to change your
Exactly.
relationship because how people are going to game with you, how people are going to approach you, that's going to be based on the 2 years that you guys have known each other, not based on a little express pass. So, in hindsight, I hope they realize they should have given me and Simone the express pass.
Yeah.
Okay, so then
Because if that was
Phil
like a brigade, if that was like
says,
two members of the brigade there and didn't give it to me, I'd be like, yeah, I would have been like, yeah, what's going on, bro? Well, what are you doing? I'm like, all right, then you
yeah,
want to play this way? All right, we're going to play it this way then. I would have did something like that.
yeah, yeah. I I was confused. I was surely confused. I know they had their own reasoning, and I don't think they gave Jag and Jazz the express pass to like screw me and Simone at all.
No,
I don't believe that in the slightest. I just think they should have. Um,
because I'm thinking, you know what it
so
is, and what I'm thinking is, he's like, I already got a really good relationship with Hannah, so I'm like, all right, that's all right. Let me build a rapport with these guys now and give them the pass. You know what I mean? That could help benefit me now going further in this game too. You know, that's what I'm thinking that he did that for.
and yeah, that is the kind of the reasoning that they gave, and I sort of see that. But again, we're not strangers. We have a lot of history. We've known each other for years, so
Yeah.
to think that your relationship is going to change that quickly, that's just not the case.
Yeah.
In this season in particular, because we all did know each other before.
Yeah.
The one thing
Especially
I
if it
will
just
say,
started. Like you don't even know you don't know how far you're gonna get away. Just give her like I just give your people what you know, like
yeah,
that's your person, that's your cookout person. Like, yo, give it that in my mind, that's what I was like, all right, that was definitely different. I was thinking, all right, they pre planned or whatever, they pre align whatever, they talked before the show started, and that's why, you know?
yeah, it's possible. I don't know, but
Who knows?
what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Jag holds the record for the most competition wins of all time in Big Brother. That would
Wow.
be like me showing up to a golf competition. Tiger Woods pulls up right behind me, and I go, "I think you need the help. Let me give you an advantage."
An advantage. Yeah, I
Or
think he's
me
all right. I think he's okay. Yep.
or me showing up to the Olympics and Michael Phelps is there and I'm like, Michael, I think you might need some help. That makes no sense, Enzo. That makes no sense.
It does.
So, anyway, Phil says go. So now the race has officially started. Walk us through you and Jack getting to the port of Volendam.
I saw everyone ran to, like everyone just like booked to their cars, which that was fun too. And then I saw like people like go off to the side, like team up, getting maps, like go. I saw an old dude. It was like an 80-year-old dude up against the wall, and I was like, "Where is the Port Valdebara?" He was like, "Oh, Port Valdebara. You make a left, you make a right, follow water, go all the way down." I was like, "That's it, Jackie. Get in the car. Let's go." Got in the car and we just jetted. Made the left, made the right, and we kept going. That was it. And I was like, yo, and my training thing, I was like, it's got to be by water because it's a port. So I was like, all right, we'll listen to the old guy what he said. Go by the water. Then once we'll get lost out there somewhere. Once we get lost out there, we'll get out and ask somebody. That was my reasoning behind it. And that's it actually worked. We got out there, and I was like, all right, now I don't know where we're at. Let's go somewhere and ask somebody where is this port, whatever the hell it was. And then we got there at a good time. It's just the clue messed us up where we're like you should find or you should probably find a 2 hour parking. So in my mind I'm thinking we got to find a 2 hour parking lot, bro. I shit you not, it took us 2 hours to find a 2 hour parking lot. It really did. All we had to do was just
Oh,
where we saw you guys, just park it there, and that's it. That's all we had to
yeah.
do, bro. When we
I
saw you guys there, we went around for another 2 hours looking for parking. That was a huge mistake on our part. Huge
oh
mistake. That's what I'm trying to say. Like that, those little, because we kept reading the clue and it's saying, it's Jackie. It says we should find a 2 hour parking. We should. It says no. It doesn't say you have to. It says you probably should, and that's where we messed up big time. We messed up big time there.
Yes. I will say, Enzo, I think all of the teams misinterpreted that, so you were not the only
All
one.
right, all right.
We were definitely confused. And then after driving around and not seeing 2 hour parking, we were like, whatever, let's just do the 1.5 hour parking, and that's going to be extra motivation to get
Yeah.
this done as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, so we didn't think that. We were just like, no, we have to find. And actually, we did. We wound up there. We found a 4 hour parking lot. I'm like, okay, all right, we got it. Let's go. We just wasted 2 hours doing this. Like it was just that frustration. Was just like right when we get going, and then it was just like something would set us back and just get us frustrated all over again.
Yeah. I feel you on that. The Amazing Race, in that high pressured environment, it can feel so stressful.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys finally get on your bike. Well, what's going through your mind when you see this bike and you have to eat this fish?
I thought like when we get there, I saw our pictures there and it says the hazard. And then I was like, all right, I saw the fish. And I was like, oh, yo, we just got to eat a fish. I'm like, this is nothing. Let's go. Let's just eat this fish. And they're like, yeah, no. Look at that. I'm like, what? I'm like, what is that? I'm like, what is that contract? Like, we have to. And now I'm thinking, all right, when I saw this, I'm like, it ain't going to be that big. So that means it's not that far. It's not that far of a ride because we look at this thing. There's no way they're going to let us drive this thing around for that long. Yeah, all right. Okay. See, that's what my mind was thinking. I was just like, nah, it's around the corner. It's got to be to the left. It's got to be there. Just look at the thing we're in right now. There's no way. Everyone's got mountain bikes, and we got this thing. So, nah, yo, we had to, like, really go into, like, a whole nother city. Like, we're leaving this and going to a whole nother city in this thing. I'm beeping. It had a little horn on it, too. It was nice, but a little cute little horn on it. So it was like
Uh,
pressing.
uh,
Yo, I'm telling you, in people's backyards, following arrows.
okay, wait.
Uh,
So
we were
we
at one time we were at like a cement building. We were in a cement building. Like we were just and we hit every factory. Like we saw. I'm telling you what, we saw every landscape of Holland had to offer. We saw the beach. That we went on such a nice little excursion there. We saw everything, everything.
like
Enzo, please clear up what
what
were the
arrows?
arrows?
Yo, I think the arrows were there for like some type of like maybe like an open house for like a house or something. It was like an open it was like an open house or for like I don't know like a Coldwell Banker or whatever I don't know realty company they have in Holland. It was like something like that. Someone was like throwing like an open house for a company. We like just went to it. We went to it. It was just. I mean, like it was just. You can't even make this. I can't even make it up. I'm just like whatever. But it was at that moment I was so helpless that it was a sense of direction for me. I was like, "There's an arrow. I'm going. I'm going." Like, yo, I don't know. I'm going with it.
Oh my god, when you told us the story and you were like, follow the arrows, yo.
Follow the arrow, Joe. Just go. He was like, yeah, but where's? Then my brother, of course, he chimes in. It does look like the color of like the Amazing Race colors. I'm like, and that was it for me. I'm like, all right, that's it. It is. It's it. They're playing with us. It's definitely that. It's definitely that, yo. I'm like, stop, man, stop.
So, how long were you guys on that little bike for?
Yo, man, we were there. We must have been on that bike. I mean, to get there, it probably took us there, and then to get back. I'm thinking like 2.5 hours. I'm thinking to get there. When we finally got on the right path and got there, and then came back. On the way back, yo, I killed it because I knew exactly what I was doing. And I even did a shortcut, like I knew exactly what I was on the way back. I killed it. On the way there, it took forever, man. But then we did the cheese thing really quick. We did that
Okay.
really quick. Got on a bike, and then we got back. And then once we got to the car, then that's when like to get to that other place to the flower shop that's when we got lost heavy too. We got lost heavy there, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people did too because that was a far drive. That was a far drive with a car.
Yes.
Yes, and can we also talk about how it was hilarious when you guys parked the bike and then the bike sort of tips over and Jack is still struggling laying on his side.
we were talking about the cheese. You said that you stacked the cheese really quickly and you were
Yeah.
able to bike really quickly back to the port so you could move on to the next place.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Simone and I were just kind of reminiscing on our journey because the bikes weren't really adjustable to height. And so it was a struggle for like us too. It was a struggle for Rubina and Christine and a struggle for Natalie because we couldn't even touch the ground. So we
Oh,
would
wow.
have to like almost find a surface to like be able to prop ourselves on so then we could get on the bike and then we couldn't stop the bike because we couldn't touch the ground. It was
That's right.
a
Yeah.
mess. But and I was so scared. I was like, Simone, oh my gosh, I'm gonna crash into someone. I was in the front and someone was
Yes.
like, it's okay, Hannah, just take deep breaths.
Yeah.
And then
Like,
we were
left,
going
right,
left,
left,
right, left, right. That was us. We were actually saying that. And we finally got ourselves to the cheese market after Simone had to calm me down. And like you guys will see, that's a pretty common theme, Simone having to calm me down. And then we're stacking the cheese really quickly, Enzo. We did not have very much trouble with that. But then my strap broke. So then they put us on ice. Production had to go find us a new strap.
Wow.
And in the time,
My strap.
no, it was my strap that
Oh,
broke.
only because in the episode they said that it was mine.
No, wasn't I in the back?
I was in the back.
I thought it was my strap that broke.
It was mine.
Oh.
Because I remember then they had to get it, and then we were trying to figure out the ropes, and then they got them like tangled.
Did both of our straps break then? Because
Maybe,
I remember
but
my strap breaking
In
too.
in the episode, they only put like
Simone. Okay, so we know her strap broke for a fact. I thought my strap broke too. So maybe both of our straps broke.
Yeah.
But anyway, they put us on ice and we had to wait so long for us to get a new strap that in the time it took for us to wait, 2 teams had lapped us.
Oh my
So that
God.
was a little frustrating.
Yeah, I would have been going crazy.
It was a little frustrating.
Yeah.
But that's fine. We still finished the challenge. That's another thing because the ropes were so long that we could barely lift it off the ground because we're
the
so
ground.
short.
Yes.
That made things harder too.
Yes, well, we saw that you and Jack had quite a unique form with carrying the straps. So, what was your strategy in bending over and then carrying the straps?
I was just like,
What
yo,
was
man.
the thought process?
I don't even remember. Like, I just remember I had like the Scully on with the hat on top of the Scully. I'm like, what do we do? And then we put that. I was like, yo, I just knew at that moment, yo, whatever we got to do, just let's do it fast. I don't even care. He dropped his hat at one point, and then we had to like pick his hat up like midway through the thing. They didn't show that, but I'm like, bro, you I don't want to get there and then be like, yo, you didn't complete it with the hat on your head. So I was like, yo, get that. We had to like kind of like bend down, get the hat, put it back on his head, and then go, you know. So, but I was just like, yo, I don't care how we do this. I don't care if we crawl, whatever. Don't drop nothing. Let's get to that the guy that looks like, I don't even know, the dude from Monopoly. Look like the Monopoly guy. That guy. I was like, let's get to that guy and let's go. Let's get out of here. We got so much time. We're so behind that we got to catch up.
Yes. And then Simone, do you want to tell the story about the fanny pack?
Oh, yes. So essentially, Hannah and I had 2 fanny packs. We had obviously the race fanny pack that they provided to each team, the one with the red and yellow stripe. And then we had our own fanny pack that we brought from Target or something before coming on to the race. And so I had the Target one, the one that we brought, and it broke when we were changing into the cheese market costume. And so in the thick of it, in the heat of the moment, Hannah and I were just like, okay, like, what do we do? Because now this fanny pack no longer hooks on. I'm going to have to find a way to carry this because now there's no loop, but then we also have to ride a bike. And then Hannah asked me, like, is there anything important in there? We already have the fanny pack that the race provided us. Do we realistically need this fanny pack that we brought home or that we brought from home? And then I was like, no, like there's nothing important in there. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it. Like, we don't have time to worry about how to carry this fanny pack while riding a tandem bike. And so then we start going, and I'm just like, you know what? Okay, I'm just gonna clean up after myself. I don't want to leave them any waste or any clutter, so I'm just gonna make this work and I'm gonna take this fanny pack off their hands. So, anyways, we bike back, we make it back to the parking lot with the car.
Yeah.
And I am like, where are my keys? Or where are the keys for like the car keys? And then I look in the fanny pack, the Target one that I almost left at the cheese market, and in there is the car keys. And
Oh
in
my
that moment, I was thanking God, thanking all my
God.
lucky stars that I brought them, because since it was the car keys, it's not like how Kat and Alex were able to drive back to
And
return the
drop off that
bandana.
thing. Yeah. Holy shit.
Exactly. We wouldn't
That's
have been able to
crazy.
drive back because we wouldn't have been able to get
You have
to the
no
car.
key.
So
Yeah,
what we would have
you have to bike ride back all over again back there.
exactly,
Crazy.
exactly, and that would have delayed us a ton. So I am just so thankful that my second guessing of okay, wait, I'm just gonna bring it just in
Just
case
in case.
happened, and then
Holy cow. Yo, that would have been,
I
yo,
know,
Yeah.
right?
I would have went crazy.
Okay, so now,
I bought them. I probably would. I'm like, you're going back to get it. I'm standing there. Go.
Oh yeah. But prior to that, we also happened to see Kyland and Taylor
mhm.
on our way back, and so we essentially worked together in navigating back. So that
Yeah.
also made
That's
things
what we
go
need.
by.
Just a team to just either follow or just like work together to where I'm like, all right, you guys are making sense. I'm going with like four minds. We're way better than us two frustrated right now. You know what I mean? So that
Yeah,
we were lacking that big time, big time. We needed that outside perspective, like just an outside person looking in and just helping us a little bit, and that would have helped us tremendously at that moment.
Yes. And I think our big issue was we just kept second guessing ourselves. Like, even to get to the port of Volendam from that plaza in Horn, there were a couple times where we knew where we were going, but we would see teams turn in a different direction, and so we would second guess ourselves and
Oh,
then follow those teams, not realizing that those teams were also lost. And had we just stuck to our guns, we would have gotten to the port faster because we did know where we were going. And on the way back from the cheese market to get to the port, her and I were like, we know exactly where we're going. We know exactly what we're doing. And then we saw Kyland and Taylor, and we were like, yeah, just get in the back.
yeah,
Just follow us.
yeah.
So then we kind of worked together because we were, I think at that point, like seventh and eighth place. We worked together to get ourselves to Mydrecht,
Yeah.
the next city.
The
How
flat.
hard was it for you to get to Mydrecht?
That
Yeah,
was
the flowers.
flowers were. Oh my God, this is where now we kind of like, yo, Jackie. We were in the car. This is where like the cameraman now just like our cameraman like fell asleep. Like they went to sleep. We were driving like we pulled off to a gas station. We went to the gas station. We went inside. We got something to eat. They ordered something to eat. I was like, yo, it's pretty much we're done. Then there was a guy there. There was a guy there that I was like, yo, bro, do you know where this place is? Can you show us on a map? He's like, I'll take you guys there if you want. They wouldn't let us do that. So I'm like, all right, just please, just write it down. Just write the whole. He sat down for like a half hour with us. We ate with him. I'm surprised he didn't put this guy on it. The guys they were ordering food. We sat down in this gas station. They had a table, chairs in there. We sat down, mapped it all out. And he's like, all right, I thank you so. I forgot what his name was. I was like, thank you guys so much. I was like, you guys ready? I was like, who's the camera guy? Dave. I was like, Dave, you guys are ready now? You guys ready to go? They're like, all right, yeah. We get in the car, we start going, and then that took us a while because we got lost a couple times too, and then we finally figured that out, and then we pull up and it's like nighttime, and I was like, this Phil's gonna be there, like Phil's gonna be there, and he's gonna tell us. Unfortunately, the race is done. Like you're done. Just that's it. You don't have to finish this. So that's what we were thinking that Phil was. And part of me was feeling like I hope Phil is there, y'all. Enough of this, y'all. You know what I mean? But then we saw like when we get there, we saw Angela leaving, and then we saw another there was another two teams. I was like, yo, we got a chance. I was like, yo, we got a chance. And then I was like, Jackie, what do you want to do? I was like, yo, honestly, if this thing is like a long thing, I don't think I got it in my legs. I was just bike riding for like 3 hours, bro. I was like, can you? Jackie's like, I'll do this one. I'll do this one. I was thinking I should do it because I was like, yo, I brought you onto this. Maybe I should do it. But then I was like, all right, you do it. I was like, because if it's something tedious and something like where it has to do with math or something. I was like, yo, you're way better at me than that. You got to do this. That's what I was thinking. I was like, it's got to be something hard. It can't be something that easy. So I was like, you got to do it for us. You know what I mean? So at that point, when we walk in to the flower shop, you see their faces like they saw a ghost. I'm like, yo, like they thought we were done. They thought we were dead. It's like they started, like
Yeah.
that revitalized me. I was like, yo, we got a chance. Let's go, Jack. Let's go. I'm screaming his kids' names. I'm screaming. I don't know. I'm screaming all types of things now just to get him like souped up. Do it for Giovanni. Do it for Enzo. Let's go. Wifey's watching back at home. I was getting so souped up at that moment. I think that was kind of like put Kat like I think Kat like started like I mean I didn't want to see her crying like that, but I feel like she was starting to panic a little bit. The other one, the stoner guy, what's his name? Turner, right? Turner.
Oh my god.
One, I told my brother he looks like he's straight off of Scooby Doo. I was like, yo, the Scooby Doo, like the Scooby Doo guy, he's in
Oh,
it. Yo, I had names for everybody. Like the
which
two, I call them
are
the Germans, those two, what was his name? Tucker. Tucker and his brother. Yo, they look like Germans, yo. Those are the two. Because I was like, yo, I didn't know a lot of these people's names, so I had to call them by something. I was like, yo, Scooby Doo. I was like, that's the Germans. So I was like doing shit like that with my brother. You know what I mean? So just to make it just
yeah.
where we know, like I created my own world with him, so we knew what we were talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
But nah, but when we
wait,
got there, I was super. I thought we were gonna pull it off. I did. I think we were gonna pull it off.
Wait,
oh my
what was
gosh.
our nickname?
Yeah, what was our
No,
nickname?
I mean you're a child. I mean I knew you, Hannah. I knew Chaddha. I was like, yo, that's it, Hannah and Chaddha.
Okay, we
I knew
also had nicknames. You
like
said
if I
what?
didn't know you, I was nicknaming you because I was like, I don't know you. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, what would our nickname be if you didn't know us?
I don't know. I'm like I knew you, so I couldn't come up with one. You know what I mean? Like the Filipinos, I saw them like, yo, those are the Filipinos. Those are the Filipinos. We knew that. You know what I mean? I just
Okay, so
I knew you guys. I knew Kylan. I knew like but half of the people I didn't know. You know what I mean?
that's so fair because they were pretty. They had not even been out of the house for like 6 months when they came
Yeah.
on to the Amazing Race, so they were very new,
And it's hard. Yeah,
newly
I
married.
honestly, I don't really watch it as I don't really watch. It's just it's such a big commitment now to watch Big Brother. With my kid, my schedule is crazy. It's just games are every day. She's got plays every day, practices everywhere, and singing lessons here, guitar. Like every day is something. That's why today was perfect for this. I'm like, yo, all he has is practice this morning. After that, my whole day was always like, yo, let's do it now. Let's do it today. Let's do this. And let's do it because it's just my schedule is crazy. That's why I couldn't go to LA. He had games. I was like, I can't do this. I'd leave them. I feel bad when I leave them do these shows for like a
Yeah,
month at a time. You know what I mean? Like I feel bad. You know?
yeah, but I'm sure they're also so proud of you and
100% so
excited for you.
supportive.
And I guess my question is now about you and Jack. Did you guys have a strategy ahead of time? Like, Jack, if we get something that involves running, I'm going to do that. If we get something that involves math, you're going to do that. Like, how did you guys kind of divvy up who would do
Yeah,
what?
I was doing the crazy stuff. Like if we had to jump out of a plane, I was doing that, and he wasn't.
Okay.
Like all the height stuff, I would have done, and like all the smart stuff, he would have done. Like all this stuff, the meticulous, like I think the flower thing was perfect for him. Although I am good at like finding stuff, retrieving it, and like identifying the differences and things. I think I would have been a lot better at that, but at that moment we were so tired and so frustrated. It was like, yo, it was like 10 o'clock at night. Like we started, what time did we start? Like 8 in the morning? Like, you know what I mean? Like 8, 9. Yeah, like,
Seven.
be there at 10 at night to not even eat and just, oh, well, we had the fish though, but not drink anything and just being frustrated. And finally, like, I would have cried. I swear to God, I would have cried. If Jackie pulled that out and we would have I would have cried. I would have cried. I was actually almost like tearing up there knowing that we still had a chance to actually overcome this right now. Because I'm like, I was like, no one knows what we've been through today. Like we went to the depths of hell, and to get here now, and you tell me we still have a chance to do this. Jackie, let's go, bro. Let's do this. Like, let's go. I was like, do it for daddy. Because, my dad died about 9 years ago. I was like, do it for him. I was saying so many things just to motivate him to go. If we
Yeah.
would have pulled it off, I would have cried. I would have definitely cried.
And that's what we heard because we didn't get to see you guys that day after the parking lot, but we heard that Jack was zooming back and forth in that
Yeah.
warehouse. And we heard that you were being such a supportive brother. You were yelling
Yeah.
things, you were cheering him on the entire time. So I was like, okay, at least they went out with a bang. Like,
Yeah.
at least they went out supporting each other, really
Yeah.
working as a unit, really working as a team. And that made my heart warm, although
I
I
was
was
so proud. I'm so
so
proud.
bummed.
Yeah, I'm so proud of him because he had to deal with me the whole day, which I know that wasn't easy. But then it was so I wasn't like frustrated. There was times we would just like laugh to him, like, "Yo, bro, like we suck, yo. Let's just admit it." And then let's just enjoy this. Like, look at this, bro. Look at the beach. And then we did have our moments where we were like, "Yo, let's just frolic in this a little bit." You know what I mean? Who cares, yo? Whatever, yo. It is. We're gonna get last place. Whatever. Like that, like this really matters in like the whole grand scheme of things. Like, let's just have fun. I got you away from your wife for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You got a little vacation out of this. His wife is awesome too. I'm not trying. It's just that, being married, you need a little bit of a break. A little bit of a break. So I got a vacation out of this, me and him, and so we definitely had we definitely had our moments where we had some fun. That's why at the end I was like, when I looked over, I was like, yo, did you have fun, bro? And he was like, yeah. He's like, yeah. I was like, that's it. That's it. That made it for me where I was like, but to bring him on this show and he had fun, I was happy. I'm ready to go. Take me out of here. Bring me back to Jersey. That's it.
And
Yes.
that's really what matters.
Yeah.
Statistically speaking, we just don't have a large shot of winning these games.
Yeah.
Coming in, we knew it was a 1 in 13 chance, probably even less, because some of these teams are a lot more physical than we are. But our goal was just to have fun. It was
Yeah.
just to spend time with one another. It was to work hard. It was to put our best foot forward. Really just taking advantage of our strengths and finding ways to compensate for our weaknesses. And if that leads to a win, then great, we're competitive people. But if not, at least we get this uninterrupted time together. And that was kind of our mindset. And it sounds like that was kind of your guys' mindset too. And my question for you is, how much longer after Turner left Flowers did you guys leave?
Maybe 7 minutes,
Oh, that's so
Oh my
close.
gosh.
if that. You know what I mean? That's why we were like, yo, all right, we got to the car, but it was like, Jackie, it's not like where they have to drive there. They have a driver knowing where they're going. So I'm like, odds are we're done. Like, yeah, we can tell the guy, yo, get there. Let's go get there. I told the guys, like, yo, cut through red lights, go through red. I'm like, yo, whatever you could do. You know what I mean? And I just knew it at that moment. I was like, there's no way. It's done. It's a wrap, bro. You know what I mean? It's a wrap at that. I mean, for 7 minutes, maybe 8 minutes, whatever it was. I mean, I'm telling you, they probably got to their car outside and they probably drove a little bit and we finished. That's what I'm saying.
Wow. I
Like the
cannot
time, like the
realize.
part, and I always go back to like the parking lot where we saw you guys. Like that wasted
Um,
2 hours. Like the
yeah.
on the bike and getting lost, being by ourselves on a bike, getting lost in people's backyards. That was, an hour and a half. We just needed 15 minutes somewhere. We needed 15
Yeah.
minutes somewhere, and we survived that leg. You know what I mean? Like that's how
Yeah.
that's how crazy it was. That's how we just needed like just someone to just like, yo, no, go this way, you'll be all right, yo. And then that was it. But
Yeah.
again, look, too little, too late. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't hold no regrets. I mean, it sucks to get knocked out first. No one ever wants to get knocked out first. That never happened to me, yo. I'm talking about 3 shows, 3 finals. I've never experienced this, so I was like, yo, this is some new stuff for me. So I'm like, whatever. I got to swallow it, and it is what it is, yo. But like I said, I did it with my brother. And he's like, yo, you could just blame me. Just blame me for everything. I was like, nah, yo, what are you talking about? If anything, it was my fault because I saw Hannah and Simone in the parking lot and I didn't want to even use like, yo, I'm known for a social game. That's my bread and butter. Like, I shot myself in the foot and I didn't even use that. Like, that's what I'm known for and I didn't even use that. Like, so I really put this on me for this L. So, but I don't, like, yo, like I said, I had so much fun with you, like even in the hotel, like hanging out in the hotel before we even went out there, like it was all just fun. It was just all a fun experience. This was short-lived. I say it was short-lived, but it was so much fun doing this. It really was. I got to meet you guys. Like, yo, when you get on these shows, like there's always like 2, 3 people that you're like, I can't, I ain't vibing with that. I don't like the way that guy's. I don't like the way she. This show, I genuinely liked everybody. Like, I really liked everybody. Like, everybody was like so nice. Like, we were like a bunch of huggers. Like, we see each other when we got out of everyone was hugging each other. I was like, oh shit, like this is something new for me. You know what I mean? Like, usually when I shows, like by the end of the show, you just like hate everybody. You know what I mean? But I
Yeah,
genuinely just loved everybody on the show.
I agree with you. It was a really
Us.
tight knit cast.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we like genuinely cannot thank you guys for the best memories, making us laugh so hard, and retelling your guys' story and
The arrows.
the arrows, yo.
The arrows, yo, what are you doing? The arrows gotta lead to something. They gotta lead to somebody's open house somewhere.
Oh. You said it was a company's open house. We went. I said, what?
It's like a Dutch. It was like a Dutch company's open house. I'm like, yo, bro, what are we doing, yo? We should have just went. We should have just went inside the open house and see what the listing was for, and just hung out, yo. Had a crumpet. Maybe they gave us a crumpet or something. We would have ate a.
Oh
We would have ate a crumpet.
my God.
Amsterdam.
Oh my God.
Crumpets in
Okay, well, I
Amsterdam.
guess from our perspective, Simone, is there really anything that we missed? We went to Flowers. We decided that you were going to do it because we thought it would be arts and crafts. Simone is the creative in our family. She loves arts and crafts. She's very detail oriented. She was the director of sisterhood in her sorority. So this is her bread and butter. And Simone killed the challenge. Like she was so
Yeah, you guys did.
positive and upbeat
Thank you.
and never gave up and was helping other teams, and other teams were willing to help her. And so I was so proud of her. I think you guys could probably see that in the way that I ran up to her and hugged her, like, this is my sister's first like solo comp, this is her first roadblock,
Killed-
and she
killed
did
it.
it.
Yes, and Hannah was cheering me on literally the whole time. She rallied the troops, so made sure that everybody was cheering. Go
Yeah.
Simone!
Yeah.
Which meant a lot, and which really, really added me going.
I just wish we could have ran together for a little bit, like you said, just to laugh, just whatever, man. You know what I mean? We,
I know
It was like
oh,
the Amazing Race, but we didn't like. Man, we never raced with anybody at any time. Like it was always like like somebody passing us up and like me waving to the maze. There, yeah, keep going. Like it was never like I never got like to like compensate with anyone. Like at the end, yes, at the flower thing, that's when I finally got to like talk to I got to talk to Kat and Alex and Turner and his wife. So I got to like, you know, at least have a conversation with somebody now, you know, and they were like, yo, you had to drive that thing around. That was crazy. So at least I got to conversate with somebody. That was it though. Those whatever.
yeah.
And they were there for like, yo, they were battling, not for nothing. They were going at it for a while there. It was like, I don't know. I think they were going at it for like an hour and a half. They were actually like, those three teams at the end there, Kat, my brother, and Turner, they were going at it for a while. Like, it was just like, bro, I was like, yo, I don't even, it's anyone's game here, you know? It was crazy. It was definitely, I really thought in my heart of hearts, we were going to pull it out at the end. I just feel like it was meant to be. Like, it's a great story here. This is like a great story for us to pull that out at the end there. But it just wasn't in the books, man. That's it.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess just overall, how was your experience? Are you glad you went? And what did you learn about yourself and your brother?
I was definitely glad we did. I felt like he's stubborn just like me. Like we're cut from the same cloth where it's his way and it's my way, so that we were clashing a lot on that where, "Well, let's just do it this way, let's just do it this way," and then I'd be like, no, let's so so I feel like I learned that where, yo, he's stubborn just like me, this kid, you know what I mean? So I learned that from him. But through it all, he was I was so proud of him. Like he just was like, he was like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna, no matter what, we still have a chance. Like he was always like, we still have a chance, no matter what. Let's just go. Let's just get there. Let's just get there. Let's see what happens. Maybe Phil's there, maybe he's not. Who knows? But we're never gonna find out until we get there. So and that rubbed off on me, and I was like, yo, you know what? You're right, because what else are we gonna do? Yeah, we gotta get there. We gotta get there. If Phil's there, he's gonna say it's over. If Phil's not there, then we gotta battle it out and see what happens. So I was so proud of him, man. I was so proud, and we were kind of like, me and him, like, I don't know, should we watch this episode or not? I was really like thinking about not even watching it, but then when I saw the clip of just us in the car and there's just me going, "Ein deutsches Land," now I was like, yo, we're watching this. Let's go. Let's see what happens. You know, so we had a lot of fun with that. We had a lot of fun. He would
Good.
call
I'm
me
glad.
like
And
commercial breaks. commercial breaks, he was calling. He's like, yo, Dwight just lied. Now he's like, I don't even remember you saying that. So we were kind of like bugging. We were kind of like bugging back and forth on stuff that we were saying. Then in one part when he's in the with a Pac-Man bike, whatever the thing was, he was sitting there with like his little head and a big ass helmet on him. And he was like, "This is so bad. This is so bad." yo, I died. I was dead because they went to commercial break, like me just driving off, and him just like, "This is so bad. This is so bad." Yo,
My favorite was
like,
when
stuff like that made it worth it for me. I don't care. Whatever.
my
Look,
favorite
people are
was
gonna
when
say
you
shit no
guys
matter what. People are gonna say crap no matter what. It is what it is.
exactly. And my favorite was when you guys were doing the bikes and you were like, the hazard, the
The
hazard, the
hazard.
hazard.
I was like, yo, Jack. He was like, we gotta eat this. Like, yo, Jackie, look. Put it in your mouth. You're probably gonna throw up. But just eat it. Let's go.
Is that the grossest thing you've ever eaten?
Yeah, I mean, like, yo, it was a little like he was like sitting there for hours, so it was like real warm and just like sweaty because it was in the sun, but
Yeah.
it didn't taste that bad. Though. I'm not, yeah, because I love fish, I do, but just trying to get it down, though, and then she's sitting there with the little, just looking at with the good and tog, like
Like,
sitting there happy dog, like I'm just like, yeah, like come on, yo. But I thought that was it. I thought that was the punishment. No, you got to drive that thing. I'm like, nah, yo, what is that? What is that? It's not a bike.
okay, well, and so they call you back to do another season of The Amazing Race with Jack. Do you go?
I'm only doing it with him. I'm doing it with my brother. That's it. Because yo, we started to figure things out at the end. And I was like, yo,
Hmm.
what we got to do is figure things out, regroup, and then start fresh the next day. So I would definitely do it with my brother. One more time. Again, I don't know, jumping out of planes. Did you guys get it to that point where you got to jump out of a plane or not? Did you guys
We
get to that
can't
part?
we
Oh
can't
yeah,
reveal.
no, yeah, shit, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I guess I would do that, but yeah, that's but I'm doing it with him. I'm doing it with him because we've already lived this, and I think he would do it again too because he had so much fun doing. He's like, yo, he told me after he's like, yo, I would definitely do it again. I would definitely do it again. I was like, all right, that's good. Then I did my part, because I felt bad bringing him out. He's not like he doesn't do like reality. He doesn't want he's not on social media. He's not on Facebook. He doesn't want nothing to do with that stuff. So I'm like, yo, I don't know. Like people are gonna know who you are now. Like you know what I'm saying? Like this is gonna be. He's like, so I was kind of scared to bring him into this world. But afterwards, when he was like, yo, man, I'll definitely do it again, which I had so much fun. So I was like, all right, I'm happy we did it then. I'm happy.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, Enzo,
And before we go,
yeah.
we wanted to do a little quick rapid fire if you
Oh.
are
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Would you rather do self-drive or take a plane or a train?
Self drive.
Nice. Would you rather do a detour or a roadblock?
Um, what was the at the end? Was that the flower thing? What was that? That was the roadblock. That was a roadblock, right? I'll do the detour. I want to do a detour.
Detour. Would you rather take a really early daytime flight or a red-eye flight?
Early morning. I feel like the pilots are on their game more. The pilots are on their game.
Okay, would you rather eat herring for the rest of the race that be similar to slop as a have-not, or would you rather your only method of transportation in the race being
The bike.
Pac-Man?
I'll eat the herring. I'll eat the herring the whole day. That's it.
No Pac-Man bikes. And then last question is, where was your dream destination to travel?
Oh, when they told, I wanted to go to New Zealand. I wanted to go there. I wanted to see like Australia, New Zealand. I want to see those areas. I feel like they have, they got everything. They got they got the jungles with safari. They got the beautiful beach. They got everything. Every mountains. So I wanted to go see that.
Yes, Phil's from New Zealand.
Yeah, no, yeah. I found that out. Yep, he's from New Zealand. I would love to go there. Australia, New Zealand. I know it takes forever to get there to those
Yeah.
areas, but I definitely would love to go there one day.
Yeah, we said, I think Simone, you said a very similar answer. Didn't you say New Zealand as well? Or was it maybe me who said New Zealand?
I think so. One of
Yeah.
us, and I think we also said the island where they filmed Mamma Mia. In Greece.
Yes. We did say that too. Thank you so much, Enzo,
Yes,
for coming
yes,
on our
yes.
podcast. Thank you for just being you, because
Yes.
you make us laugh. You make the world laugh. You are an entertainer through and through. I was so happy to have raced with you, even though we didn't get that much interaction, but I was
Yeah.
still very happy to have raced with you
Me
and your
too.
brother.
Me too. With Simone, would you ever do this again? Would you ever do another reality show?
Oh, I would, especially with Hannah, in a heartbeat. If we got another chance to do the race again, like 1,000 times over, yes, because we genuinely had like the best experience ever. Oh, thanks for asking, Enzo.
I don't know. I want to know because I'm like, like I know how my brother was, and I just wanted to see what you want. Like I said, bro, it's. I feel like the connection and the bonds and like, look, the relationships that you build from off these shows too. You build like a lot of relationships. Even though like I don't keep in contact with her, but when you do see them, you just like like I did. Part of me did want to go to LA and just hang out. I just feel like if I didn't get evicted first, I probably would have went. I just feel like I don't know, man. I don't know how they're gonna edit this. I don't know how. First of all, I'm still upset that I got knocked out first. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to be with a whole bunch of people watching this. You know what I mean? So I was like, let me just see. Let me stay home and watch. So that was
Well,
it. Whatever.
and we love you. We were all so happy that you were there, and we were all so upset when we found out that it was you who
Yes.
left. So thank you so much for coming on this
Yes,
podcast
thank
again.
you.
We just adore you. You know I'm quite literally your biggest fan of all
Yes,
time.
we adore you
Guys,
and Jack.
And
I'm a,
Jack too.
I'm a fan of you guys. You guys killed it. You guys killed it. And again, I was proud of you guys. You know what I mean? It was awesome. And like I said, I wish we could have ran it just to laugh a little bit, even for 5 minutes or whatever. Just do whatever, just whatever together. The cheese thing, anything. But whatever, it is what it is. Who knows? Maybe in the future, you never will be on, maybe on the traders or something. You know what I mean? Who knows, yo? You never know. You never know. We'll see. But my fingers are for that. But in the meantime, again, it was an honor to be on the same show with you guys and just race the race just a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Likewise,
Enzo. And everyone, please like, comment, subscribe down below, and stay tuned for the next episode dropping on Friday. I'm not going to reveal who the special guests are yet, but it'll be fun. I think you guys will be excited for this one. Thank you so much, Enzo.
Thank you, Enzo.
Bye.
Bye. I don't even know how to get out of here now.